Just a few days ago, Claude released the ability to be able to control your developer sessions using your phone. And then less than 24 hours ago, they released the ability to be able to control your entire desktop from using your phone. Now they're enabling auto mode. We're getting almost one massive feature every single day. This allows you to be able to continue your session on what Claude is actually doing without having to continuously approve edits. So in other words, when Claude is doing a task, if you've ever used Claude Code before, it will ask you for permissions to do things, and some of them are pretty repetitive, like, can I access the same folder that you've allowed me to access, 20 times in the past? Well, that is no more with auto mode. Auto mode allows basically Claude to decide what is safe for it to skip and what might be too dangerous and makes those decisions for you. We used to have an actual command for this. It was slash dangerously skip permissions, which the entire session would do just that. It would go into all your files, it would go into everything you're doing and just skip everything. This one seems to be a bit more advanced in the aspect of it. At least it actually tries to review before it commits anything, allowing you to basically just sit back and watch Claude get to work. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to apply this if you want to use it today. I'm going to definitely explain to you the security concerns, but also the benefits of this and everything we have revolving around it. So with all that being said, let's dive in. So currently, this is only available in Team Plan, but this is probably going to get rolled out in the next 24 or 48 hours for anybody that wants to use it. Literally, all you have to do is go to your terminal where Claude is in there already, and you do -- enable -auto -mode, and it will install this as a skill. And Claude themselves even talks to you about how this could be a bit dangerous, so they recommend using an isolated environment. What they mean by this, and what I strongly recommend when doing pretty much any of this, is you can have a device that is dedicated for that. I have a laptop that has absolutely nothing I care about on it, any sensitive information, any API keys. The only thing that's of value on that laptop is my Claude subscription, which at the end of the day, if something happened to that, it's not the end of the world, but I don't have anything sensitive on that. Or B, you can run a VPS. I also have an OpenClaw with a VPS, which is a virtual service provider, or sorry, a virtual machine. And all that is basically you run this machine that, mine's stored in like New York City. It's kind of, and you're able to access that and you pay for it per month. Or C, what they're talking about isolated environment is you can actually make an isolated environment via on your desktop as well. That's about basically sandboxing it and minimizing what can go south there. So you really have three options there, and I'm not going to go into those heavily. I mean, the easiest one for most people is if you have a device that is wiped and not attached to anything. And a lot of these cases, it's probably best if it's not a laptop. I use my laptop for what I use it for. But if you have, the Mac Mini or another desktop or anything like that, then that would be ideal. But it is saying that basically this goes through and blocks the risky ones and does try to keep it safe in an environment for you. So this isn't going to go all OpenClaw mode on you to where it's like, oh, what I need to do? Oh, I'll download 5 different things that I don't really know about and I'll throw it on your device. It's not going to do that. It is supposed to be more careful, but regardless, especially if you're involved with having any digital currencies on your device, any sensitive information, API keys, or anything like that, I would not recommend running this mode on your main system. I cannot stress that enough. Even Claude is saying that in order to eliminate this, we recommend using it in isolated environments. This is one of my favorite memes behind it, and it's a monkey handing this, device to Claude essentially, because that's what it feels like. Kind of is like, you're kind of giving this thing access to your computer and able to do whatever it wants. However, the benefits of this are kind of hard to quantify because it's able just to work for you, and if you have this safely set up, which is what I did today. I want to clarify the difference here because I was basically showing off how awesome Claude Cowork was, as you can give it full access to your desktop and it just goes. And so I'm going to play this as I'm talking. But what I got it to do with this was it was able to write a newsletter by itself just off of a YouTube transcript, it created images by itself, CTA links, everything. It could have even published it, but I got it to save it so I could like review it first. I didn't change anything. I'll actually show you how that turned out for me. Now, I do want to clarify, this is different than Claude Code than what I'm actually showing you in real time. I'm just trying to show you how beneficial it is to be able to just set something in action, and I could either get on a phone call, do other work, I could go hang out with my family. You can go do anything. And this is for developers now too. So again, this is kind of more from the content creator side. It was able to take my transcript, create a very nice looking newsletter with images, with a header, with a CTA link that you click it and it gets redirected to my previous video. I was able to do that autonomously. Look, Claude is shipping so much, I don't even have the chance to change outfits before I make videos for you guys. But again, just giving an example. So if you're actually familiar with Claude Code, you could be working on an app, you could be working on a product, you can be working on something like that. You give it this and you could just chill. You don't have to sit there and look for different types of permissions to give it. Like, oh, do I approve this? Do I approve this? Do I approve this? You don't have to worry about that. Literally just set it and forget it if it's in an environment that's safe and that's not going to compromise any other information that you have on the device. I strongly recommend this. I'm getting more and more comfortable with this every single day, and I'm trying to show you guys real use cases. A lot of times people just chat. They just say, oh, my OpenClaw did this and I have 10 agents and they all do that. I'm trying to show you products. One of the things that I created was this workflow I literally just showed you, and I have a full video on. It's on the, YouTube and Twitter. I know I created a fully functional app. I'm not really talking about too much, but it's already in the App Store. I'm trying to give you different examples every single day. So if you like that type of content, give me a follow.